Hello, and welcome to this live Posturedelic breathing session. I know it's a bit dark right now. That's okay, you don't need to see the beginning too well. You can just follow along. And this is a routine that I like to do each morning before my shift at work, and gets me prepared for a bunch of manual labor. So it's a great way to start out each day. It's a very simple routine, and we'll be using a few simple breathing techniques. Okay, the first breathing technique that I'll be using throughout the whole thing is, or throughout most of the routine, is called breath of fire. And for this type of breath, I want you to just imagine that you are puffing a fly off your upper lip, and you're doing it by just pumping in your abdominal muscles and your diaphragm so that you puff some air out your nose. It sounds just like this. I'll get close so you can hear it. And of course, we'll do it much slower. So let's practice that one a few times. Let your belly completely relax. Don't breathe all the way in or all the way out. Just kind of have a normal, comfortable amount of air in your lungs. And it's a Now you'll know you're getting it right when the inhale happens completely reflexively, meaning you are able to inhale without expending any effort. So it goes, and it's much easier when you're vertical like this, so that gravity helps pull your diaphragm back down. So let's try breath of fire just a few more times. And when I get doing it into the exercises, at some points I'll do it quickly like this. You don't need to do that, and if you're having trouble with breath of fire, that's okay. Just do a standard in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in through the mouth, out through the mouth if your nose is clogged. Those are all great options. It's just breathing. It's not rocket science. Okay. So for the first, one more thing about the breathing. After each exercise, I'll exhale completely, then I'll inhale completely, I'll hold. I might even do another couple sips of air to really fill my lungs in. I'll let my body relax. I'll hold it for a few seconds, and then I will exhale, and we'll be doing all these cues together. So that is how it will work. And I see we just got a few more people. I'll just briefly review the breath of fire, like puffing a fly off your lip. If you see me doing, it's just puff, and then the inhale happens naturally. Okay, that's great. And the first exercise that I'm going to be doing today is called whiplash breath. This is a simple exercise where I will start with my whole spine curved into a C shape like this, okay? Then as I breathe in through my nose, I will begin tilting my pelvis forward and then tilting my spine into a complete opposite C shape, but starting from the bottom like a whip. So this is what it looks like. Go ahead and do it with me, and if you're sitting in a chair or sitting on the ground, it's fine. Start in a C shape, go to the opposite C shape. Halfway there. Five more. I'll breathe all the way out. Now all the way in. Take another sip of air. If you start to get lightheaded, let little sips out. That will prevent you from getting too lightheaded. Hold. Begin to relax everything. Now before I relax, or before I breathe out, I'm going to lock all my chakras, starting with the root and working my way up. And exhale. So that is the first pose of this routine, whiplash breath. The next pose we'll be doing is going to be spinal circles, or often call this palm tree breath sometimes. I'm going to put my arms either behind my head or just across my chest. I kind of like across the chest. And I'm going to do full circles with my spine. For me, I'm going to be doing the breath of fire. You can do just in and out through the nose or mouth. So this exercise will look like this. I'll go opposite direction now. And now I'm really going for is going this until I can feel that my abdominal muscles are relaxing in response to my breathing, and that the rest of my muscles around my core are relaxing in response to my breathing, so that I am not too tense down here, and letting my breath control my motions. So let's keep on going. I'm going to double up the speed of the breathing now. Change direction. Two more. Now breathe out all the way. Inhale all the way. Relax the whole body. If you begin to get lightheaded, let little sips out. Hold. Relax. Just a little longer. And exhale. Your breathing return to normal. And from here, we will move into the next breath, which will look like putting your hands just above your circles right here, or above your shoulders right here. You can also have your hands behind your head if you want, but do not pull on your neck, okay? For this one, it'll be simple rotations of the spine, just like this, nice and easy, okay? but we'll be breathing. You can either do in one direction, out the other direction. So, or you can do breath of fire as I'll be doing here. And notice I do a harder breath when I hit the maximum, a lighter breath in the middle. And I'm feeling this one a bit in my low back today. I'm going to make it smaller and tighter. I'm going to breathe, exhale all the way. Inhale. A little more. Let it all relax. If you get lightheaded, little sips out. Okay, so that was the I'm blanking on the name of that exercise right now because it's pretty early. But I do know the next exercise, and the next one will be a variation of hip crossover integrating breath of fire. So let's see what that exercise looks like. I'll go ahead and put my lower body facing towards the camera here and grab a sip of water. So, in order to do this exercise, lay in this hook line position with your knees at 90 degrees. Put your palms flat on the ground. Place one leg on the opposite knee, just above the ankle bone or just on the ankle bone. And then allow this leg, this foot to tilt towards the ground. Now, after your foot has hit the ground or wherever your maximum level of rotation is, go ahead and begin either a deep breathing, deep belly breathing, or a breath of fire as I'll be doing. And I'm going to be staying here until I can really feel my abdominal muscles have loosened up and are no longer pulling on the rotation of this, of my lower back and pelvis. So, begin now. Notice how my whole body is reacting and shaking with the breath. That's what I want to see with breath of fire, is impulses starting from the diaphragm, going in waves throughout the rest of the body. Speeding it up now. Okay, I just now felt my abdominal wall relax. Like right there, it just happened. I'm going to let all the air out and then take a deep breath in. Return your head to a normal position. Return your lower body to a normal position. Take a few normal breaths. Place the other leg and repeat the same process on the opposite side. This side is tighter for me. I might be here for a little bit longer. So I just started to feel the little bit of a release here, and I start feeling more motion throughout the pelvis. I'm going to speed it up. And I just felt that about 5 seconds ago. A little bit of a relaxation throughout my obliques here. And exhale all the way. Now inhale. And exhale. Turn your neck and then your lower body to a normal position. And we have at least one more exercise to do. We should always end on a bilaterally equal exercise. Oh yeah, Shades of Shay. Yeah, I do definitely need a mic. Thank you. Yeah, this is very similar to Kundalini yoga. Most of it, not all of it. I do definitely need a mic, but that's going to be something for when I have a little more money after my next paycheck, probably. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is back to the whiplash breath, because after doing all those rotations, I want to reaffirm bilateral symmetry. And let's go ahead and get back to that. If you missed the first whiplash breath, I'll review it real quickly. I'm going to start with my spine in a complete C shape, and at the end, I'll have it back in this, or I'll actually kind of be taking my spine between these two C shapes, but I'll be doing it in a certain manner by rolling my pelvis, and then my rest of my back until I'm looking up. And then when I go back, the pelvis starts, and then the whole thing, so it's like a whip. Like as if your pelvis was the handle of the whip, and you're doing that type of motion with it. So let's go ahead and get into whiplash breath. This is just in and out through the nose or mouth. 5 more. Breathe out all the way. And now all the way in. If you get lightheaded, let little sips out. And begin trying to let everything relax. Ready? Exhale. And you can, of course, end there if you would like, or you can watch the last exercise that I like to do here. This is something that is really good for stretching out my low back beforehand. However, it's a bit more advanced, so if it doesn't look like something you should do, don't do it. And you don't have to get into it the way I do it. This is just how I prefer to do it, because I like getting my spine a little looser and getting some quick twitch motion throughout it as well. So I'm going to stand up, and then I'm going to drop back down. Okay. Work your hands into a comfortable position on your back, and then, woo. That's why it's a bit more advanced, because even after doing this for a while, sometimes I still almost fall. And I'm going to do breath of fire right here. And I'm going to stay here until my toes can touch the ground behind my head. Not quite. Oh, there we go. Oh. And that is the Posturedelic breathing routine that I like to do each morning before I go to work. And it really does a great job at getting my spine and my pelvis and my hips just more mobile, more bilaterally equal, and gets me ready for the day. I hope that you enjoyed this Posturedelic breathing session. If you want to learn more about, excuse me, Posturedelic therapy or anything along the lines of the stuff I'm talking about, or more exercises like this, be sure to follow and subscribe. Also, keep an eye out on my channel, because in October, I'll be giving a talk at a conference about Posturedelic therapy and synesthesia and physical touch during the psychedelic experience, and how that can be used in healing manners. So I will be covering all these things in more detail as we move forward. I've also, of course, have my book, Psychedelics, Chronic Pain, and the Posturedelic Hypothesis, that is available on Amazon. Just go ahead and search Posturedelic and